Good morning, everyone. This is Drew Erickson with the Five Stone Financial Group, where we specialize in helping our clients turn a lifetime of hard work into a retirement they can confidently enjoy. And hopefully, you are all enjoying your day and you enjoyed this conversation where we will be discussing how every single person's retirement ends up in one of two ways. The question is, which one do you want to end up for you? Do you want a successful retirement or the alternative? All right, so I put together a little slideshow for you that will hopefully add value. If you are listening to today's conversation, I encourage you to try to find the video on YouTube or Facebook or one of the other areas I'll be posting it, likely LinkedIn and things like that. And you can let me know if you have questions or if you'd like me to send it to you directly or if you'd like to schedule a free consultation. So, like I said, this is Money Not Math, episode number 164, where we are discussing how every single person's retirement ends up in one of two ways. So you have one of two choices. Behind door number one, your money outlives you. All right. This is where you build a plan that no matter what happens, whether you live for 5 years or 50 years in retirement, your money outlives you, leading to dignity, independence, and legacy. Behind door number two, you outlive your money, leading to dependence, whether that's on your family, the government, or whatever that might be, and no legacy. So the question is, everybody who retires is going to get to one outcome or the other. You're either going to have door number one, where you have dignity, independence, and legacy because your money outlives you, or door number two, where you end up running out of money and you are dependent on others and you aren't able to leave a legacy to anyone or anything or a church or something like that. So, how do we think about this? The difference is between door number one and door number two is a plan. Like Yogi Berra once said, if you don't know where you're going, you might not get there. So if you're like most Americans who enter retirement with money or assets or 401ks or what have you without any clear plan, the chances are much higher that you end up at door number two. With a plan, you have a better chance for door number one. No guarantees, right? There's never a guarantee in life. We can't guarantee results. However, you have a better chance of getting to where you want to go if you have a plan to get there. Without a plan, you're more likely to end up with door number two. So the real risk here is understanding when you're building a plan, the real risk in retirement is outliving your purchasing power. So often, the media, the way we were raised, the way people talk, water cooler talk, whatever it is, tries to convince you that the biggest risk in retirement is market volatility. That's not true. If planned for correctly, market volatility is a risk, but it's not the biggest risk. The real risk to your money and not being able to choose door number one is outliving your purchasing power. It's possible that you never actually completely run out of money, but your purchasing power is so degraded or ruined by inflation that your lifestyle just goes to nothing. All right. And here's an example of how that works. If you, in year one of retirement, let's say your monthly budget's $4,000. In today's dollar, so you have $4,000 a month. Great job. You hit the goal. By year 10, that $4,000, if you wanted to live the exact same lifestyle, you would now need $5,375. And that's assuming 3% inflation. In recent years, we've seen inflation as high as 8 and 9%, or I don't know if it got to 9, but around 8%, which significantly increases the speed at which you need your money to grow to maintain your lifestyle. Or, said opposite, significantly decreases how valuable your money is if it stays the same. All right, by year 20, $4,000 of income today, you would need $7,225 to equal the exact same spending power or purchasing power or lifestyle. By year 30, so you retire at 60 or at 65 and live to 95, which is happening more and more often. My grandpa just turned 96. In order to live the exact same lifestyle, to buy the exact same things, assuming 3% annual inflation, $4,000 today, in 30 years, you would need $9,695. That's extremely important to understand. So this is where fixed income and rising living costs equals door number two. In order to have safety in retirement, you actually have to have income that increases more than your living costs, or at the bare minimum, the same amount. Because if you want to maintain your lifestyle and afford increasing healthcare costs, because as we get older, we have more health issues, and last time I checked, health insurance and medical expenses are only rising. in order to have safety in retirement and have a high chance of inflation, or sorry, legacy, you actually have to have income that increases more than living costs. On the flip side, you have to have inflation versus market volatility plan. All right. There has to be a balance found between fighting inflation and fighting market volatility. If you lean one too far one way or the other, you are increasing your chances of ending up with door number two, which leads to dependence and no legacy. All right. You want to have a strategy where there's an income reserve for market volatility and a strategy for growth to fight inflation if you want to avoid door number two. So how do you get to door number one? If you are in accumulation mode, so you're still working hard at your job, you're still, 3 to 5 plus years away from retirement. First of all, you need to figure out where you need to go or where you want to go. And then second, how are you going to get there? Do you have a plan? Do you have a strategy for taxes, for growth, for all the things that go with it, Social Security, estate planning, all this stuff? Do you know where you want to go and do you know how you're going to get there? Second, if you are nearly or already retired, which I would say nearly retired would be 3 to 5 years from retirement, or already retired is, obvious. You're done working full time. Maybe you still have a part-time job or what have you. But there you need to build an income and growth strategy that historically outpaces inflation and leaves the greatest possible legacy. We don't know how long you are going to live, and if legacy is important to you, your money will live forever. The intention is for it to continue to grow and outpace inflation forever so that you can leave something of value and of impact to those you leave behind, whether it's your family or your church or your faith or some nonprofit. It's extremely important to have an income and growth strategy for both if you really want to experience door number one, which is dignity, independence, and legacy. Now, some people do want to try to approach and do this on your own. However, if you feel like you'd rather just spend time enjoying your life and offload this to a professional who thinks about this every day, a fiduciary financial advisor like myself and many others can help. So find one you trust to at least have a free consultation and see if there's a blind spot or a gap they can help you fill when it comes to your retirement plan. So again, everybody who retires is going to get one outcome or the other. Which would you choose? Door number one, dignity, independence, or legacy, or door number two, dependence, no legacy. With that, I would say this isn't live, so if you have questions or would like a free consultation, please reach out to me. You can directly message me on whatever platform you're on, or you can call me at 218-686-3170. Email me at drew@fivestonefinancial.com. You can look up our website, which is www.fivestonefinancial.com. Again, we specialize in turning a lifetime of hard work into a confident retirement. Disclaimer, this content is not legal, tax, or investment advice. You should always consult a qualified professional regarding your personal situation. And if you found value from this conversation, please help me provide more value to more good people like you by sharing this content with a friend, or sharing on your social media page, liking and subscribing my page on YouTube or whatever you're watching it on. Whatever you do, please don't just go on with your day if you found this valuable. Please share it with someone else so I can provide more free value to more good people. With that, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And I look forward to providing, hopefully, more value to you in the future. Thanks. Bye.